Hello everyone, today we are talking about how to look like a filter in real life. Let's pin the hair back and get started. I'm preparing for my first ever trip to New York and my face needs help fast. Let's fix it together. We are starting with the basics. Cream. I need to bring the glow back to my skin. Super hydrating but non-sticky at all. Here's the before. No glow, kinda dull. It's also super hot outside. This cream, it's a boom boom cream. I love it, and the scent, it's like aromatherapy for me. For my usual routine, I apply it to the neck, shoulders, and neckline. That soft and sophisticated glow, no sparkle, just healthy skin, is way more beautiful to me now. Amazon, by the way, and you will thank me later. Just find it there. I'm planning to a rooftop later and planning to take some pictures, of course. So my last hope is the Estée Lauder Double Wear foundation with a matte finish, of course. I know it will stay in place all evening, even in this heat. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm creating a skin tint for a lighter finish and to even out the tone of my neck and chest. I mix a bit of Boom Boom cream with some foundation and apply it with a big synthetic blending brush. Saves time and gives a really smooth finish. The buttery texture of the cream prevents it from clinging to skin texture, which is perfect. I use these three conk lines too for legs, arms, chest, especially for photo shoots. And of course, pro tip, don't apply too much foundation, especially without proper skin prep. If you are dealing with the texture, pores, or fine lines, skin prep is everything. A matte foundation can cling to those areas. Today I'm using the Estée Lauder Advanced Night Repair Serum because it works so well with that double wear foundation. Look at that almost empty jar. I'm literally on my last drop. Proof of how loyal I am to this stuff. I don't use it as a part of my night routine right now, but as a makeup base, it's perfect. It keeps my skin looking great while I wear makeup. Such a fresh, pleasant feeling. I love it, and it's a little sticky at first, but honestly, that makes it the perfect primer for foundation. Now, don't wait for it to full absorbed. Go straight in the foundation. I dab it into the skin. I never swipe. That doesn't work with the matte foundation at all. Work in sections. I start with the one cheek, blend in quickly, and move on to the next one. One line at a time. Then go a bit higher, step by step. You can blend downward or upward, depending on the area. Once I get to the chin, I use circular motion where I have visible pores. This helps polish and smooth the surface. Hold your brush perpendicular to the skin for better control, and then grab a bit more product and press it into the forehead. Spread it out across the whole area, even onto the eyelids. This can be a dupe of concealer with a matte finish. And don't forget the ears. They are part of your face too. While the foundation is setting, don't smile. I learned that a few years ago and it changed everything. Your foundation sets beautifully, but if you move your face while it's still drying, it can crease or shift. Just give it a minute. Now everything, face, neck, and chest is even out and the same shade. Of course, sometimes we blend down the neck, but do it quickly and with a purpose, no chaotic motions. Start from the jawline and move upward, slightly overlapping the previous one. That's how you apply matte foundation properly with the no blending issues. Sorry if this sounds super detailed, but a lot of people still don't know how to apply this gorgeous foundation, and once you learn the technique, your makeup game seriously changes forever. Don't blend randomly. If you start one area and leave it unfinished while moving to the other, it will set unevenly and create harsh edges. Work part by part and don't overload your brush. Speaking of brushes, synthetic bristles can stick together when there is too much product. The working part of your brush isn't the flat top of the side, it's that 45 degrees angled edge. That's the magic spot. It's perfect for dabbing, soft and precise, almost like a little cat paw. And if you notice visible pores, it means you didn't blend properly. Make sure to polish those areas while the foundation is still wet. It's important. If you try to fix it after it's already set and you will end up with the patchiness, just grab a Q-tip, apply a bit of serum, and gently melt the area where the foundation got stuck. Then reapply a small amount of foundation while the skin is still slightly damp. It will blend in much more smoothly. Blush time. Look at how cute this is, and I honestly don't know a single person who hasn't tried this at least once. This one has the dreamiest buttery texture, and it gives you that healthy, glowing look, not flat or powdery like some blushes. And bonus, it's a 2-in-1 blush and lipstick. I like to apply it straight to my cheeks, then blend it out with the leftover product of my foundation brush for a seamless finish. But if you are a beginner, I recommend apply it to the back of your hand first, and look at that glow now. Yes, it's so easy and simple. Grab it with a brush and tap it into 7 depths, zero problems. I decided to add a little more because this shade is the shade of youth, yes. Now let's do the other check. Stop right where your teeth meet. Don't blend too low or it can make your face look fuller. Today we are using blush in place of contour. No contour, no gray shadow of tiredness today. Contouring would just emphasize any under eye darkness, and we are not doing that. There is also a third way to apply directly from the stick, but honestly, when you use your hand first, you get a feel for how much product you're picking up. With the stick to face, especially if you are a beginner, add some blush to the nose, eyelids, and forehead. And don't forget the lips, it makes a huge difference. This shade is perfect for a no makeup look as well. Super fresh and pretty. Eyes. Let's not go with just any brown. This is a reddish brown with a bronze shimmer. It's a complex shade, rich, intense, and the texture is so creamy and smooth. I'm using it as a tight line today, not going too far onto the lid. With the hooded eyes, the lid space is already limited, so taking up more space with the liner can actually make the eyes look smaller. I don't recommend tight lining if you have very sensitive eyes. If you do have enough visible lid space, feel free to apply it along the lash line instead. This shade is too beautiful not to use. I'm actually going to remove it because of my specific eye shape. For me, another technique will look better. Take a look, compare one eye with the tight lining and the other without. Press the pencil firmly, not just lightly gliding. If you are too gentle, your eye may start tearing up. And once that happens, it doesn't matter how waterproof your pencil is, it will smudge. Turn your face slightly and look into the mirror from the side, as I'm doing here. Start the line from the inner corners, but don't try to draw directly in front of your pupil. Your natural reflex will be to blink or close your eyes. Lips. If your eyes are getting tired, take a break and switch to the lips. I'm using brow pencil today to contour the lips, smile slightly to smooth out the fine lines, then fill in the lip contour. After that, I'm applying the most talked about lipstick online, of course, Clinique Black Honey. Today it looks more reddish on me, probably because of the cooler undertone in my foundation and blush, and I'm applying it generously, then blending it out with a fingertip. So fresh, effortless, and flattering. Brows. Start by brushing your brows upward and outward to shape them, and I'm using the same brow pencil we used earlier on the lips, and I begin from the tail of the brow, drawing a soft line underneath, not a harsh line, more like gently pressing the pencil into the natural shape, just to define the low edge. And then brush though the brows again to blend out the product. Look, imagine you are connecting both brows along the same line. You don't need to draw identical lines, but use your brush as a guide. Place it against key points, start, arch, and tail, and see if they are aligned. If they are not exactly symmetrical, don't stress. Slight asymmetry is normal and natural. To find your ideal brow tail, align your brush to pencil from the side of your nose to the outer corners of the lower lash line. Where that line ends is generally where your brow should end, so people often mix sharp angle and soft curls without intention. Choose one. Now back to the eyes. We've done brows and lips, and while they are popping, the eyes still feel a bit empty. So enter the star of the show, Ford Nude Dip. This one's part of the same iconic baked formula as a honeymoon, which I showed in another video, but this palette leans cool toned. So yes, you can see how much I've used it, proof I actually love this. And so start with the light silver shimmer, apply it to the inner corners of the eyes, immediately open them up and adds a fresh awake look. I love this formula because it gives a glow without emphasizing any lid texture. Then apply the same silver shimmer to the center of the lids, right above your pupil when you're looking straight ahead. This placement helps create the illusion of volume and dimension of the eyes. Also grab a silver pink eyeshadow and apply it to the both sides of the silver shade we used earlier. And don't worry about being too precise, we are just building depth and dimension here. Imagine a flashlight shining on an apple and you get a highlight, a soft shadow, and deep shadow. That's exactly what we are creating on the eyes, light, mid-tone, and depth. Grab the gray shade and place it on the outer corners and also slightly in the inner corners. We are framing the eye. And finally, use the darkest shade in the palette on the outer V, where the upper and lower lash lines meet. That's our deepest shadow point. I just got a new one, and honestly, how do you stop buying mascaras? The brand originally sent it to me a few years ago when they launched it, and now, yep, I buy it by myself. They got me, and by seriously, it's worth it. It doesn't smudge on my hooded lids, washed off easily with the warm water, and doesn't tug on the delicate skin around the eyes. So lightweight and comfortable to wear. It lifts the lashes so well, and I don't even need the lash curler. Let's bring a little more color to the lips, and now it's time to unpin the hair. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful whenever you are a beginner or just looking for some new techniques to freshen up your routine. Everything I shared today is super wearable and beginner friendly, but still gives that filter in real life kind of glow. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the new one. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay hydrated, and feel beautiful in your own skin. Ciao!